As I told you earlier, I've been playing trumpet a long time. And when I met Steve through a good friend of mine, Freddie Jones, who lives in Dallas. You know, he plays for Dallas Cowboys, yada, yada, yada. So Freddie calls me one day when he first started playing Steve's horns. He said, "Hey man, guess what?" I said, "What?" He said, "I found the perfect trumpet." I said, "Man, there's no such thing as the perfect trumpet, Fred. This is me you're talking to." So he says, No. Hey man, Steve Bell, man, you gotta try these horns. You gotta try them. He just ran it and raved. I said, "Okay." He said, "I'll introduce you to him." So that's where it started. Freddie, and I've known Freddie long enough to know that he's pretty proficient, knows what he's doing. He's one of the guys, you know. So he gave me Steve's number. I called Steve and he kind of asked me some questions. I told him the army of horns I'd been through over the years. And he said, "Well, we're gonna make something for you. You know, we're gonna find out what, you're gonna get your blow," he calls it the blow, "we're gonna get your blow straight, and then I'll dial in the components of the horn." So that's where it started. And we started with this particular instrument. This was the one we started with. And went back and forth, you know, because I'm in LA, he's in Dallas. So I had to send it back and forth a couple of times. And he sent me like 4 or 5 different bell sizes and different lead pipe dimensions. And I like this one, I don't like that one. And then I'd say, "Well, can you take this bell and put it on this lead pipe with that?" And he did. Anything I asked him to do, he got right back to me. So we ended up here, and it was just a beautiful experience. Now, so as we got going, he said, "You know, you need to try my bent bell trumpet, because that's a whole different thing. Like, you know, as the night goes on, maybe you're getting a little tired. The sound of that horn and the resistance is different because of where it sits. You'll enjoy the way that horn plays." So that was the next move into, which is the same specs as this horn, but because of the shape of the bell, the direction of the bell, it just feels different, and it's a little brighter, and a little brighter to the ear too, for me. Of course, I was still playing my mouthpieces, not enter Greg Black. So Steve, again, you know, just very patient guy. He goes, "You know, you really ought to talk to Greg Black, because, man, you got some good stuff going on, but you're not getting everything you need to get." He said, "You know, you don't get me wrong, I enjoy what you're doing." He said, "But you do need to go see Greg." So I put that off and put it off, and finally I reached a point, and I said, told my wife one day, I said, "Hey, I gotta go to North Carolina." She said, "For what?" "I gotta go talk to this guy about some mouthpieces." And you know how that went over, right? You'll have to ask her when she gets here. But Greg was the other piece of the puzzle. You know, I took my horns in, sat down with him, and he started to dial it in. And Steve had already started to develop the flugelhorn, and he was in Europe at the time working on the flugelhorn. Called me from there and said, "Hey, I'm going to make you a flugelhorn. As soon as I get back, I'll make you a flugelhorn." And you know, he's just so excited about what he's doing. So comes the flugelhorn. Then we're going, everything's going. I'm thinking, I'm good. These 3 horns, I'm good. These 2 with the same lead pipe and basically the same horns. He said, "You know, you need to try something that's a little freer born. Now that you got your mouthpieces dialed in." And that's a whole nother story. But then came this, and it's such a beautiful, I love just the look and the feel that, a matter of fact, I played this on a gig last Thursday, and with a saxophone player that I've been playing with for years, and he heard that horn and the flugelhorn too, and he goes, "Hey," and this guy's a saxophone player. He said, "I want to buy one of those flugelhorns. Can you get me one?" But I love this one because it's a little freer blowing because of the lead pipe. I mean, it's just a little more open. It gave me a little bit more efficiency with the airstream. So that's how I ended up here doing this. Steve made me do it.